Hey there, Shortcuts. Stephen here. This is video 2 for the Shortcuts price list, which will be published this Wednesday, December 3rd at 9 p.m. Sydney time. Details on how to join the club will be available at the end of the video, or you can click on the link in the show notes below. This is the genre list. We've got jazz, blues, soul, a little bit of funk, and let's get into it. First things first, though, I'm making my latest order of t-shirts this week. I've been making some favorite album cover shirts. If anyone is interested in those, ping me when you get the heads up email this evening. All right. One more thing. Make sure and check the video. If you bought a record last week, you're in the running to win this Japanese single. The link to the video with the details of the lucky winner is in the heads up preview email, which will go out a little bit later tonight. All right, let's do this. Let's start here. Now, often I start the list with the most expensive or maybe the most exclusive record. But the thing is, in Japan, there is and still is a culture in the record world of Japanese-only compilations where they will create their own view of an artist. There's a whole series of them. One's called Gold Disc. There's another that are variations on a theme. There's another called the Golden Series. And so these are a little bit harder to find, but they're really, really good. And this is an example. This is called Golden Marvin Gaye. As you can see, it is a hard cardboard gatefold. The lyric sheet is on the inside. It is complete with obi. The track list includes I Heard It Through the Grapevine. That's the way it is. Hitchhike. Can I Get a Witness? Pride and Joy. In That Peculiar How Sweet Is It? And that's the thing. The Japanese would sequence these Golden Series or Gold Disc records in the most brilliant way. And they would press them on fantastic vinyl. And so, just to be clear, these are all pressed in immaculate vinyl on the Tamla Motown label. They sound great. There's so many of these, and they're one of the, I suppose, hidden delights of the Japanese record scene, that these types of compilations could be made to such quality, way higher than the Marvin Gaye compilations that you find in the West. So you've got that, and then you've got this, which is another one of his compilations. Now this one is on the newer kind of blue Motown label. This one features, let's have a read. Gotta Give It Up, My Mistake, Let's Get It On, What's Going On, I Want You, Mercy, Mercy Me, Distant Lover, You Are Everything. So what you've got here is one Marvin compilation that covers that kind of classic soul period up to What's Going On. And then you've got this compilation, which is What's Going On, the highlights of What's Going On, plus the highlights of Let's Get It On. And probably, I don't know, certainly two of his greatest albums. So between the two of these, you cover pretty much everything that Marvin Gaye did in that golden period on super high quality vinyl. Way cheaper than trying to buy the original albums, as you know. I mean, if I get What's Going On once every 6 months, it's $100 or more. Similarly, Let's Get It On is $70, $80. These will be, nowhere near that amount. And they sound wonderful. It's such a fantastic little sneaky subset of Japanese vinyl culture. And so I thought I'd lead with that. That second one, the I Want You, is part of what's called the VIP series. This is VIP 502. They really do have fantastic sound quality. So yeah, Highly, highly recommended. I'm actually going to stay on this theme of kind of compilation albums that the Japanese just absolutely nail. Now, I love this artist and I love the sleeve. This is Raw Soul and Other Great Songs by James Brown. Look, everything about this sleeve is just magnificent. Mid 60s, James Brown, kind of, I don't know, he's such a bizarre artist. He's probably on the fourth phase of his career, but he was rebuilding soul music in his image. Tight bands on the one rhythm sections that, Clyde Stubblefield and others just completely killing it. Commanding a room with a grunt. That's the thing. If you ever, by the way, the mid 60s to kind of early 70s James Brown, if you ever watch YouTube footage of him live, what an unbelievable dancer. Honestly, Michael Jackson did not make this up. He copied James Brown. And so, yeah, just if you ever, anyway, this is the opposite of a ballad LP. This is hard charging, mid-tempo, smoking, kind of completely let yourself go, get rocking tonight, I'll go crazy. You just put this on and turn it up. This is a magic record in beautiful nick. All right, let's do something completely different. Let's move into the reggae genre with one of my favorite reggae albums. It is Kaya by Mr. Robert Marley. Look at that. What a beautiful Japanese sleeve. This is, I'm not sure this is a first press. I'll have to double check for you. Recorded during that kind of same fruitful period as Exodus and some of his other classics. This is probably his most laid back album, kind of almost hymnal. It's really sunny, sunshine grooves though. One of his favorites for a reason. You get Is This Love, Satisfy My Soul. The title track is a really kind of gentle skank. It's super melodic. The Sun Is Shining. That gives you a sense of what this album is. This is an album that you put on late at night and smile along to. It is totally in the pocket, and it's this particular pressing of this record is great. I have raved in the past about how good Japanese presses of not all reggae, some reggae, but particularly this era of Marley, Exodus, Rastaman Vibration, Kaya. They're really, really, really good. Really good. I have never had anyone ever say other than, holy crap, that sounds magic. And yeah, it's really good. Really high quality, quiet vinyl. Talking about quiet, and I didn't mean this as a pun, that's just the way it worked out. This is Quiet Kenny by Kenny Durham on the Prestige label. Trumpeter Kenny Durham. By the way, for those of you who just need a little reminder, that's the Swing Journal seal of approval. Swing Journal being the kind of soul and jazz Bible in Japan, and if they loved a record, they gave it its seal of approval. This 59 record is all kind of post-bop, just super lyrical. Tommy Flanagan, Paul Chambers, I think it's Art Taylor as well. Lotus Blossom, My Ideal, Alone Together. This is a connoisseur's record. It's really, really beautiful. And this pressing as well, you can look up the reviews at SMJ 6513 are great. Complete with Obi as well. All right, where do we go to next? Oh yes, now this next record is super rare. I cannot find anything on Discogs about this. But there are some really interesting comments about the album itself. So let me show you. It's still in the shrink wrap. It is the Dave Brubeck Quartet. Jazz Impressions of New York. Still in the seal, so you can see the cap obi here in beautiful condition. So this is the classic lineup. Oh, maybe not quite classic. Paul Desmond on alt sax, Joe Morello on drums, Eugene Wright on bass. I'm not sure what year this is. I'm gonna guess. I'll be pretty certain it's mid 60s, maybe 64 or 65. This is when kind of modern jazz and swing came together. Dave Brubeck had a few of these. His most famous kind of jazz impressions, I suppose, is Jazz Impressions of Japan, which is pretty much lauded as a classic now. But this one's really interesting. By the way, I listened to it. It's very similar. You got this kind of, you get the clatter in Jazz Impressions of Japan of the Shibuya Crossing. Here you've got theme from Mr. Broadway, and you've got Autumn in Our Town, and you really feel that in the music. He's so brilliant at doing this type of stuff. I'm pretty sure this is the first press. I'll have to check it. It's never been sold on Discogs. Yeah, I'm almost contemplating removing this one from the list, but I doubt I'll ever have it again. It's pretty rare. Pretty rare that Dave Brubeck record of that era isn't on Discogs at all. Okay, let's talk about Mr. Miles Davis. This is Miles Davis Volume 2, complete with the hype sticker Obi from that kind of classic series in the early 80s. This is earlier than Brubeck. This is kind of early 50s, 53, 54, pre-Prestige, pre-Hard Bop. This is J.J. Johnson, Jackie McLean, Horace Silver, Kenny Clark, and my favourite, Art Blakey, a who's who of bop's kind of second wave, I suppose. It's not really a concept album, it's more kind of material arrangements, but it's really interesting. Weirdo, Tempest Fugit, you've got just loads of cool stuff. And it kind of sits really nicely with this, which is steaming with the Miles Davis Quintet. Now, this came whilst he was with Prestige. In fact, it has the classic Prestige green label. That amazing 5-record scene was it Walking, Working, Steaming, I can't remember the others, Cooking. The last one will come to me. But Surrey with the Fringe on Top, Salt Peanuts. This is probably, When I Fall in Love. This is probably Miles Davis at his coolest for me. I have no idea, Working, Steaming, Cooking, which are the best. They're all of a theme. If you have a particular favourite of that 5, please put it in the comments. We're not finished with jazz though. This is really cool. This is SMJX 10115. We Insist Freedom Now Suite by the mighty Max Roach. Drummer, composer on the Globe label with Abby Lincoln. This is an album that pushes civil rights forward. It has Coleman Hawkins and Booker Little. It is an album I didn't know until I was introduced to it in one of my vinyl nights here. And Ivon, you know who you are. You came and you played this and you blew my mind. I love this album. It's challenging, it's chain gang, it's clattering, it's protest, peace, prayer, bouncing together. Reviews were split at the time. I went back and read. Some people were like, what the hell is this? And I get that because it is raw. But I think it is an absolute landmark of art and resistance. My favorite movie of the year is One Battle After Another, which is a movie about resistance. And so I think that's why this music appeals to me. It's the time we're in, and it's got something still. It's Max Roach. It's just brilliant. Okay, I have 2 B.B. King records. One is Me and My Lucille, curated specifically for the Japanese market. This is the ABC era B.B. King. So you all know how much I love Indianola Mississippi Seeds, for example. This is the the era of Pain, The Cost of the Boss, Confessing the Blues, Hummingbird, The Thrill Is Gone from Completely Well. So the albums that you get in this particular compilation are Live at Cook County Jail, which I think is his best live album. There's no doubt on that. Blues on Top of Blues, Confessing the Blues, and a lot of people think his best album, Completely Well. And then finally, Hummingbird, which is the track that they've selected from Indianola, Mississippi Seeds. So this is like a really interesting compilation of that classic period. Something the Japanese just do really well. And I did mention B.B. King Live. Look at this. This is on, look at this record, the Black Blues Whale label. This is Live and Well, live album by B.B. King. Let's have a look at the track listing on this. We have Don't Answer the Door, Just a Little Love, Sweet Little Angel, Friends, Get Off My Back Woman, Why I Sing the Blues. B.B. King, Paul Harris, Hugh McCracken, Herb Lavelle, Gerald Lamont, Al Cooper on piano. Magic stuff. 2 cracking B.B. King records. Really happy with those. Those are a little bit different and a little bit good. All right, holding up the court here for our female contingent, we have Shortcut's favorite. First time I've ever had this, and my only white label promo. The double album, absolute banger, live and uncensored Millie Jackson, hard cardboard gatefold. There she is in all her glory. Georgia raised, but Bronx honed, theater, comedy, soul, funk, everything about what is great about Southern music. She is awesome. Caught up, still 2 of the greatest albums of the history of Shortcuts. It's the first time I've ever had this, first time I've ever seen it. Cut at the Roxy in Los Angeles. It is a belter. And, you know, the song, the PHUCKU Symphony, is worth the price of entry alone. Okay, I have another legendary female artist here. First time I've ever had this. This is Marianne Faithfull's Broken English, Japanese with Obi. On the Island label, I mean, what can be said about this album? She re-emerged, Marianne Faithfull, in the late 70s, teamed with Barry Reynolds and Mark Miller Mundy, and created this post-punk, new wave, completely cool record. The Ballad of Lucy Jordan, I think, is right up there. Why'd You Do It? Just a really fine record in perfect. This is as mint as you will ever see. Broken English with Obi. All right, I have two records to go. Another kind of rarity here. I really like the sleeve on the lineup. This is Dexter Gordon, Sophisticated Giant. This is a Japanese first press. Who is in this band? I should have looked it up beforehand, of course. But this is kind of mid-70s on the Columbia label, I believe. Dexter Gordon, kind of a fuller version of his kind of bebop swagger. Really interesting. Laura, You're to Blame. The Candyman's kind of one of his originals on here. Really interesting. If you're a Dexter Gordon fan, I suspect you will find a lot to enjoy there. And then finally, a record that I have no idea. In my first tranche of records, I had Ruler of the World by Chastain. Some, I think they're a thrash metal band. I'm not quite sure. This has appeared in the box, and again, I have never heard of this, never seen it before, can't find out too much about it. It's a promo. It's on the Columbia label, but never in a way I've ever seen a Columbia label before. Look at that. It's got this kind of holder I've never seen before. It's called Quien by Mari Trini. Now, it has some notes from the Shinjuku team that talk about how she was a Spanish singer-songwriter, has a really smoky voice. They love it. She became a cult figure in Spain and Latin America for kind of more kind of cafe theater style songs. Anyway, an amazing thing. So, maybe one of you will be able to find out more than me. I'll have a look before Wednesday. But these promo pressings of this are hen's teeth. I've never seen it before. I think Spanish kind of chanson singing will be really interesting. I suspect there's a few of you out there who might really enjoy this. It, to me, looks absolutely unplayed. It's beautiful. All right, so there you have it. Marvin Gaye, James Brown, Marianne Faithfull, Mari Trini, and others. If you would like to be on the price list, that comes out 9 p.m. this Wednesday, the 3rd of December, Sydney time, send me an email, shortcutsrecords@gmail.com, or click on the link in the show notes below and sign up. All of these records will be for sale at very reasonable prices. And if you have any comments or thoughts, like I said, what's your favorite of the Miles steaming, cooking, working, shouting, screaming quintet, then please let me know. I'd love to know more. As always, thank you so much for watching. Au revoir.